welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Let's go. What's going on, party people? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. We are here. Last bit show, this week before heading to Las Vegas. The cup has been set for the semifinals, so excited to get out there for that. Be flying out tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be heading out there, have a nice little chill Friday. Then Saturday, we got hoops. We got hoops all day. So I'm excited for that. Excited to see some of you guys out there. Really looking forward to it. We get some fun stuff. We'll talk about the last couple of days of hoops. We'll look at tonight's action, have some fun all the way around. Common man in the chat, yeah, happy birthday to Onyeka, Big Double O, Okongwu, and W. Greatly Boston, Bowdivine in the chat. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, don't forget about them podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Download the podcast. Again, I feel like I have a mustache now, so I have to start doing stuff like this. One other note. We got some good news for you 89 Cavs fans. 89 Cavs will be back tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We get a little nighttime 89 Cavs, 7 o'clock. And I mentioned live before lock, right? How I'm not going to be able to do it on Friday because I'm going to be traveling. So what I think we're going to do instead, I'm going to write something up today on the Substack, which, speaking of Bagel with Locks, we already dropped that piece of alpha for you if you're getting into the fantasy sports streets tonight. But for So Rare, what I'm going to do is write up a bunch of stuff. And then I'm going to start, they've got this like live chat feature on Substack. So I'm going to start up a chat tomorrow during the live before lock time where people can like bounce some stuff back and forth off of each other. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a fun way to at least try to get some info out there without being able to do a full on stream. I was going to do a live before lock tonight, but I just don't think it just doesn't make sense the night before. There's too much information changes, especially in this iteration of the NBA. You guys want to start with an old man hoops update? Or do you guys want to start with NBA Cup? We can save old man hoops for the end. Maybe let's start with the Cup. No one's here for the 40-plus updates. We'll save that. We'll save that for the end. Or maybe you are here for that, and we need more people to be here for it, you know? Because this is a show that's a grower, not a shower, you know? All right, so let's go. Let's start with the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. There's some crazy shit going on with OKC. It is out of control what they are doing to the league right now. So I did mention I had my game last night. So I was unable to watch most of it, and by the time I think I would have been able to catch the fourth quarter, but it was basically YMCA kids playing the fourth. All the starters and like the reserves and the reserves, everybody was rested. They basically picked 10 fans out, and they're like, "You guys can finish the game if you want." But there's a stat here. Obviously, threw a little Shorzy out there. We'll never lose again. This is according to Underdog NBA. Thunder now chasing history through 25 games. 95-96 Bulls, greatest team of all time, 23-2. Golden State Warriors, 15-16. They started 24-1. OKC is 24-1 through 25 games. Fun little wrinkle. What's up, Patty, in the chat? Fun little wrinkle is if they win on Saturday against the San Antonio Spurs, spoilers, that means they will play on Tuesday night in the NBA Cup final. And even if they lose that game, they would still be 25-1. I think Matty Harrison might have brought that up in the chat earlier this week or something. But that's just like a funny wrinkle that the game doesn't really count. It counts for the cash, but it doesn't really count for their record. So it would be kind of funny for them to drop a game and it not count. Also, it would be funny for them to get 77 regular season wins, except one of them wouldn't count. It'd be 76 or whatever. I don't know. They seem unstoppable, man. They really seem unstoppable. I don't even know what you do. I don't know what you do to try to slow this team down. I mean, I think looking around the league, a team like the Denver Nuggets or maybe a healthy Spurs team who we'll talk about here in a little bit, maybe they can give them a little pizzazz, a little frustration. I don't know. Yeah, OKC could go 82-1. They absolutely could go 82-1. But let's start with this game, man. So they're just too much. Now, granted, Phoenix was shorthanded, right? We mentioned in the blog E-Sphere that Devin Booker was questionable going into last night. I saw, originally I thought he was going to play, even though the spread was a 2-touchdown spread. It was a 14.5-point spread last night. It's a nice spread. And I was like pretty sure early in the morning, I was like, I think Booker's going to play. And then I follow one of the beat reporters, Dwayne Rankin, who does a really good job covering Phoenix. And he was sharing some videos, and they were like, this was from practice, and they were like, oh, Devin Booker is questionable for tonight. And it was him doing drills with all of the guys that weren't playing that night. It was like him, Jalen Green. There was somebody else too. Oh, the other rookie, Maluk. And I was like, oh, so Book's not playing. And, my fantasy broken brain was like, oh, we got to get ahead on some of these Phoenix guys. Here's the thing. Look at these Phoenix lines. Right? And it's not even like they weren't scoring in the first half. They had 48 first half points. Unfortunately, they gave up 74, right? So Royce O'Neal, 26 minutes, 4 points. Awesome. Dylan Brooks, 4 for 16 shooting, finished with 16 points and 2 boards. You had Big Mark Williams with 9 and 5. Grayson Allen, who got his ass thrown out of the game with a flagrant 2. Also, I thought that was a little bit of a soft flagrant 2. I know it's Grayson Allen, but let Grayson Allen play. Grayson Allen gives, I think he was tired of getting screened by Chet Holmgren, gave him a little shovey shove and was like, get me on out of here. So Grayson got booted in that one. Not that mattered. Colin Gillespie, 2 points, 4 boards. He had 3 steals, helped save his night, I guess. And then, look, Jamari Booyah played 28 minutes. That tells you everything you need to know. OKC, dude, Jalen Williams only had to play 23 minutes last night. He had 15 and 5. Also, really good. Let me see if I can find it, actually. Really fun Jalen Williams reaction after the foul last night, J-Dub's becoming like maybe one of my favorite players in the league. He just kind of goes nuts. I think Jason Gallagher actually has a good clip. Let me see. We can share this, although X.com is losing his mind. Oh, yeah, SGA had a great reaction, too. No, SGA had a great reaction, but J-Dub's reaction was like, I'm a dog. Okay, that's not. Let's try to find another one. It was basically just this. And so, I wish we had the full video, because the full video, all right, this is a little bit better. And then after it gets broken up, Look at the other staff are trying to get him. Be like, all right. Come on, man. It was just great. We gotta get Shea. Yeah, I forgot about the SGA thing. I think Worldwide Wob posted it too. He had a great reaction, because I think I even saw Chet Holmgren share it, which was pretty funny. Well, yeah, now I'm seeing the worldwide, the LeBron one, which we'll get to as well. All right, here we go. Here's the SGA one. This is beautiful. This is gold. So, again, this is as the foul's happening. SGA, too, who everyone says is like, oh, yeah, he's pretty mild-mannered, doesn't have a personality. His reaction shots, 1 of 1. Ready? Here we go. It's so good, man. That's so good. That's like me on the train seeing somebody do some wild shit. That's kind of the reaction that I've got. That was beautiful. But anyways, back to the OKC stat line. They're just too much for everybody. Like, I don't even know. Like, Lou Dort played 22 minutes. He had 12 points. SGA in 27 minutes, 28 points on 11 for 15 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3, 8 times. Chet was great, too. I feel like Chet, low-key, I think there's so many people are having really good seasons, so it's like whatever, they're being slept on. Chet's had a really good year, man. He's had 24 points, 8 boards. He had 3 blocks in this one. What's Chet's numbers for the season? He's been sort of staying healthy, picking up the slack with no Isaiah Hartenstein. He's been averaging 18 and 8 on 58% from the field, 39.5% from 3. Just good stuff from Chet all around. It's pretty fun. Magi saying, I think the league should come together this trade season and put together a nice team to prevent the dynasty. Well, we're going to talk about a team that they're going to be playing in Vegas who also has the chips to make a move for somebody that's on your team in a little bit. But yeah, anyways, Doherty reporting, we said he had 12 points. Cason Wallace had 4 steals to scare everybody during the early slate of the underdog night, although it didn't really matter once you get to the late game. He had 9 points and 4 boards. But this is like Caruso only needed to play 13 minutes. They got Aaron Wiggins out there. Somebody named Chris Youngblood, AJ Mitchell, Jalen Williams, the other one, Ousmane Dieng, Brandon Carlson. Like, it just, the list goes on and on. I mean, this was a beatdown. This is a 40-plus point beatdown. 49. Is that 49? Yeah, 49. That's crazy. That is just crazy. Yeah. So the Thunder move on. Phoenix, like, listen, I mean, this was pretty old. Like, they scored 36 plus points in the first 3 quarters. This game was not, you're not going to score with OKC, especially without Devin Booker. And honestly, I don't even know how much Devin Booker would have helped in this one. The Thunder are just too much. They're too much. And, you look at their schedule, like, I don't know, when did they lose? And it's not even like they have tough games coming up, but I'm like, I don't see them losing. And I mean, of course they will lose. They're not going to go 81-1 or 82-1. They're not going to. But like, okay, the Spurs this weekend, if they beat the Spurs, they go ahead, they turn around, they play on Tuesday. I think this Thursday game is kind of tough, right? Because they'd play Saturday, Tuesday in Vegas. I mean, I guess they still have a day off. They'd get the Clippers at home, and like I called them the Los Angeles Corpses today in Bagel with Locks. I think we got to get that sticking. Then it's at Minnesota, Memphis, a couple games in a row. It's a lot of San Antonio. A lot of San Antonio in the next couple weeks. They play them on Christmas, also 2 days before Christmas. Then it's like Philly, Atlanta, Portland, Gold. Like, which game do they lose? Who do they lose to? Like, when do they play Denver again? They don't play Denver until February 1st on the clock. And Telemundo. I didn't know Telemundo had those games. I feel like OKC can, I think Denver can give them some guff if Denver's healthy. Also, this game Thursday, January 15th against Houston. Have they only played the Rockets once so far, and it was opening night, right? So they lost by 1 the Thunder won by 1 in double OT. Then then January 15th they play them, and then again February 7th. Like, those are the types of teams, these big weird teams. I think could slow them down. Regulators said Luka's probably one of the few players who can lead a team to a win over OKC, but Lakers need more defenders. Yeah, I think Luka is a tough matchup. You need a healthy Golden State team, brother. Listen, I am done with the Golden State propaganda. I need people to stop telling me Golden State's going to be good. I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. There's too many guys. The fact that everybody's like rock hard for Spencer brother right now in Golden State is all I need to know. I'm not even saying Spencer's bad. I just I'm done hearing Golden State is a top 4 or 5 team. I'm done. I'm done hearing it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't think they can stay healthy. I don't think they can. Lakers should go after Herb Jones type of player. Yeah, they do need something like that. They do need something like a Herb Jones. Well, when Kuminga gets traded for another piece in 4 days, I think, is he December or January? I thought he was the January deadline, but maybe he's December. But what's the piece? Who's taking on Kuminga? The best case scenario. Like, what team is seeing the Jonathan Kuminga experience and like, man, let's get JK? Like, is it the only team I can think of is Sacramento, right? And Sacramento, I guess if they want to give up Malik Monk, sure. Sure, Monk would be a nice addition for sure. Dennis Schroeder, he's for sure getting traded. But that's what we're looking at, right? I saw Jake Fisher saying that Draymond could be on the table if they go get Giannis. Yeah, Giannis would help. How's that for a hot take? Giannis would help. I don't know, man. All right, let's go back to last night. Dude, this Spurs team is fun. 132-119. Spurs were down early. They were down like 8 or 10 in the first quarter. Go on a crazy stretch in the last few minutes of the first. Finish up 9, and then just kind of kept their foot on their throat for most of the game. And the Lakers got a good Marcus Smart game. I was having Celtics PTSD because Marcus hit a couple of shots, a couple of threes early, and then it seemed like he was like, oh, I know LeBron and Luka are on this team, and so is Austin Reeves, but I actually might be the best offensive player, and he was chucking last night. We shouldn't even be starting with Marcus Smart, but let's go ahead and start with Marcus Smart. Off the bench, 28 minutes. He went 8 for 14 from 3. He took 14 3-pointers last night. Now, he made 8 of them, so God bless him. 26 and 3, good heat check. I could have used a couple of those in my game last night. But the story is guard play against the Lakers. Stephon Castleman is awesome. And so is Dylan Harper. And like they were fouling their asses off last night. So that was part of the reason these numbers didn't even get higher, right? Like Harper had 4 fouls. No, it was more. 5 fouls. Yeah, 5 fouls. Castle had 4. He had 3 in the first 12 minutes of the game. Castle finished 10 for 14 from the field, got to the line 9 times, had 3 triples, 30, 10, and 6. But the thing about Castle for me, he looks so comfortable. And maybe that's an indictment on Austin Reeves being the guy in front of him at times or Luka being the guy in front of him. But when he shot the 3, it felt like he created enough space that it was like, oh, this is going in. He could get to the paint whenever he wanted. He could get to the line whenever he wanted. He rebounded well for this team. I thought he was great. The Lakers started making some runs, too, in the third and fourth quarter. Oh, at the end of the second quarter and then early in the fourth. I think they cut it to 8 at one point. And then De'Aaron Fox hit some big shots. I know the line of 24 and 3 doesn't look awesome, but he hit a couple of big triples when they were making runs. And then Dylan Harper, dude, is fun as hell. 6 for 12 from the field. He had 13. Felt like he had 25, though. It felt like he had 25 the way he was dicing stuff up. And it just seems like they have these 3 guards who can get by anyone in front of them, although the real test will be on Saturday against the Thunder, because I'm not sure if they can just run through the Thunder defense in the way that they did it for the Lakers. Boston Base says, any old man hoops planned for Vegas? I honestly was looking around trying to get something, but I'm not. TBD Boston Base, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Although I don't even know when we do it. Maybe it'd be Tuesday morning, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated. For the Lakers side of stuff, I mean, Luka, I actually thought they did an okay job with Luka. I know he finished with 35 and 8, but the assists came late. They came late in the fourth quarter. I thought, for a while, they were really just holding them to points only. I thought that was good. LeBron with an insane dunk last night. And I know it's not fun to like LeBron. We make fun of LeBron a lot. I get it. LeBron had an insane dunk on Luke Cornett last night. And it wasn't, as he went up for this, I'll share it again. As he went up for this, I didn't think he had a shot in hell in finishing. I DM'd Nez while it was happening because we were talking about tonight's slate. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this actually went down. Here we go.
By Hayes. They can cut it to single digits.
And then he had an extended yell, which I'm going to show in a second. I got to tell you guys, everybody that was like, why didn't he get a technical foul for this? Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? What do you mean? You want him to get a tech for that? No. I want people to be able to yell after doing something cool. What are we talking about? All right, here we go. Look at this. Yeah. Then he had a chase down block on Luke Cornett too later in the game. But what was underrated is that right after that happened, Luke Cornett had a chase down block on LeBron. So shout out the Green Cornet, baby. Spurs are legit. I think they're 8-3 without Wemby. 8-3 without Wemby. They're now 17-7. This is really impressive stuff. And the Wemby stuff sounds like there's a good chance he's back. I think he's going to be back on Saturday. It sounds like he was pretty close to being back last night. Mitch Johnson, the head coach, said he went through a pretty big practice during shoot around. So I don't know. It sounds like he's going to be back. You know who else is back? Is there a better corner 3 shooter right now than this guy right here?
Same hands that work the paint.
4 for 9 from
Same
3.
hands I fold in prayer.
16 points.
12 years and I'm still learning
3 boards.
what it means to really care.
A dime.
They see me on the court at night,
1 steal.
but that ain't all I am.
33 minutes.
From Ames to San Antonio,
12
trying to serve a bigger plan. These hands that give, These hands that live more than buckets, more than wind.
Woo, woo, woo.
These hands that give,
Come on.
these hands that reach to every child that needs to live. That's the real deal.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Can't wait to see him in person. Can't wait to see him in person. I got to tell you, and I notice something new every time I watch this. I know. I feel like I do too. I love the most recent thing I've noticed is they see me at the court. They see me on the court at night, and it's just very clearly daytime. That's the most recent thing that I've noticed that I've enjoyed. But all jokes aside, man, Harrison Barnes is like a pretty good fit here. They've got these guards carving everybody up, and then they find Harrison Barnes in the corner, or they find Keldon Johnson off the bench, who had, I think, 15 of his 17 in the first half, also had 8 boards, and he's buying a llama for his farm. That's what he wanted to do with his winnings. He's buying a llama with his farm, for his farm, so that's very exciting. Matt just said, watch that basketball just floating around, and part of it when transitions from the court. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. There's a little something for everybody in there. So anyways, the Spurs will take on the Thunder. Hopefully we get Wemby back. I was joking in the Discord with Stubbs last night that I think the nut low run out would be Spurs winning and Wemby not playing on Saturday. Because I'm not a Lakers fan. Would have been cool to see Luka and LeBron. So if I'm not going to get Luka and LeBron, for the love of God, give me Wemby. I think this happened last year, too, when one of the semifinal games where the team just blew them the F out. So really hoping we get Wemby on Saturday. A regulator said Spurs shot well against the Lakers, but the three-point shooting is a weakness. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think when Wemby comes back and Vassell, I thought Devin Vassell, I didn't really highlight him. I thought he played really well last night. And if Vassell and Fox and you get Harrison Barnes in the corner and can all just knock down their triples. You're right. They did shoot it well, though. They did shoot it well. Let's quickly go to Tuesday. I just want to, Desmond Bane just motivated after throwing the ball off OG Anunoby's dome. 117-108 W in this one. What a weird-ass game. Miami goes out, I think, on a 13 or a 15-point lead, right? 15-0. They lead the first quarter 30-17, and then the wheels fall off, and Miami has quietly lost 4 games in a row. Tyler Hero clearly not 100% yet, in my opinion. And the Clampies just came out. After giving up 30, it was 27, 26, and 25 in those respective quarters. Bane has just been awesome. Paolo, too, I will say Paolo looked still a little sluggish in that first half of that game, but in the second half, I thought he was a little bit more aggro. I liked his decision-making. He finished the game with 18, 7, and 4. Up over 30 minutes, too. Keep that in mind for the weekend. Wendell Carter Jr. game, a dub, 14 and 10, and then Bub Bane. 6 for 9, say it with me, nice, from three-point land, 37, 6, and 5. Suggs it up. And Anthony Black, this is a fun little duo. Obviously it sucks that Franz is going to miss some time, and we talked about it earlier in the week. Good that it's only a couple of weeks, but sliding Anthony Black in there, he's already been playing 30+ minutes for them a night. Really good defense, man. And I don't know. I like this team. Tristan Da Silva gave him 28 minutes off the bench, and then it was Isaac, Goga, and Tyus. So Orlando moves on to Vegas. They're 15 and 10. I mentioned, again, Heat culture, 14-11. Khalil Ware banished to just 12 minutes. Who was I listening to? There was some podcast. Nate Duncan was talking to Nate Duncan and somebody else. They were talking about the Khalil Ware ban minutes and how the reason it's not working is not because of Bam, but when Bam centers, the reason Bam is a great. I need to listen to it again. I'm not even going to attempt to do it, but basically it's Bam's fault. Norman Powell had 21 points. Anyways, whatever. 117-108 for Orlando, and then the Bing Bong Boys. The Bing Bong Boys took it to Toronto, and I got to tell you, I think Emmanuel quickly missing this game was a pretty big deal. I think this was a good matchup for IQ, who just gives them some shooting. One of the weaknesses catch and shoot threes for the Knicks defense, and I think IQ would have been in a good spot here. So for him getting ruled out, you're all of a sudden Jamal Shed has to play 34 minutes. This is your starting 5: Pirtle, Barnes, BI, Agbaji, and Shed. And it does seem like RJ Barrett is a big deal that he's not missing. Mike, former Where's Stan, it's actually the 3-time All-Star's fault. No, hold on. Basically, he was saying what makes Bam special is what he can do at the 5, but when you put him at the 4, it kind of takes away. He's not allowed to do the Bam stuff, I believe. Again, when did I listen to this podcast? I listened to this podcast last night as I was falling asleep because I don't know if people listen to stuff. It's because I have the old ringing in the ears, so I just need to have a little something playing and while I fall asleep. Sometimes it's white noise, sometimes it's music. Last night it was Nate Duncan, so shout out Nate Duncan for putting me to sleep. But that's what it was, bullying you and explaining that. No, it was the right move. It was the right move. Yeah, same with AD. There we go. I guess I could explain it. I just needed to be bullied. But anyways, yeah, RJ definitely still undervalued. I mean, he has been playing great for them since he's come to Toronto. They really needed him. Pirtle does not look 100% either. And this isn't to take away anything from the Knicks. I thought the Knicks were just the better team. But man, Scotty Barnes, it's crazy that like maybe it's an unfair expectation or I'm putting like Barnes too high up. It feels like he should have a floor. You know what I'm saying? As like a performer. Like I think that when I read this line, 13, 5, and 4, 2 steals, 2 turnovers on 6 for 18 shooting, 1 for 6 from 3. I just feel like that shouldn't happen. That just shouldn't happen. What do you mean checked out? I'm locked in right now, Stubbs. I'm locked in. Although, Stubbs, get ready. 40 and up update is coming. It's coming. We're close. Hopefully it cleans up that facial. You guys, the chat is feeling a little too spicy today. I don't know if everybody ate their Wheaties and they're like, ooh, I'm a big tough guy on the keyboard. I'll kill you. All right. Anyways, let's give the Big Bong Boys some love. Brunsanity, 35 points. I believe he had was it 17 in the first quarter, 19 in the first quarter? He also went Desmond Bane on him with a 6 for 9 from 3. Cat, I was very excited for Cat. I was very wrong. 14 and 16 was fine. Josh Hart, 21 and 6. But OG's now playing 36 minutes. So Anunoby seems to be in good shape. Seems to be in good shape right now. I thought his minutes were going to be pretty bad. Not bad, but I thought they were going to really be cautious with him coming back from that injury. They seem to be pretty good. Who would have guessed it? The starting 5 that seemed to be a problem for Tibbs seems to be great for Mike Brown. I don't understand. Mitch Robb, too, gave him 16 minutes, didn't do too much with it. And Jordan Clarkson, 12 and 3 off the bench. So we got Bing Bong Boys versus the Magic. That's fun. Anyone that's taking the Cavs over the Knicks is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling the Knicks as the best team in the East right now. I mean, that's not a hot take, but I think if you gun to head, I think it is too soon to make a joke about what I'm going to make a joke about, but the Ohio State, I guess, is what I'll say to reference the joke, and we'll do a mental health check. We can't go down this road. We can't talk about how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, I think it changes you. But yeah, anyways, I do. I think the Knicks have been playing really well. Knicks and Pistons, and I just don't trust Cleveland. I see Magi was saying Garland's going to get moved. I mean, it does feel like Cleveland. I think they have to just play out the next 3 weeks. I mean, they will, but play the next 3 weeks out and then kind of see where they're at. Because I do really think there's a world where they go 8-2 in their next 10, and then everybody calms down a little bit. But if they continue to do this for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I do think you're going to see some real panic energy out of Cleveland. So, but yeah, I excited for this weekend. I not really thrilled about the Knicks Magic game, but I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun game. We get a rematch of Desmond Bane chucking balls. It's a 2:30 Pacific start time for that game. So I'm glad I'm getting out there on Friday now. I feel bad for my dad and brother who I think land at 11. I guess that's not that bad of a turnaround. That's probably better than getting settled. But yeah, so the first game's at 2:30. When is the second game? Let's see, when is the second game on Saturday? I imagine they got to clear out because they make you buy 2 separate tickets. They should treat this shit like NCAA. You go to the first round of the NCAA, you get 2 tickets, right? You might be on the same flight. No, I think they get in at, let's see. I'll tell you exactly what time they get in. They get in at 10:51. 10:51. Look out for the Tiger. But anyway, second game's at 9 p.m. All right, so 6 p.m. So it's a 5:30 Eastern and a 9 p.m. Eastern. But they should treat that like the NCAA tournament where you just buy the ticket to get in, you stay for both games. Just run them back. Run them back. Come on, Silver. You don't need all that cash. You don't need all that cash. But anyways, excited to be out there. We got 4 games tonight. 4 games tonight that we can look at. And I got to tell you, you would think that having double the amount of games would make it easier from a fantasy perspective tonight. More options. This is a gross slate. This is a gross slate of games. I'm not thrilled about any of these. So we'll start talking about that. We'll do quick 40 and up update. We got eliminated from the playoffs last night. I think it ended up being a 4-point loss. A 4-point loss. We got down. This is the first round of the play. There's only 2 rounds. It's semifinals and finals. Only 4 teams of the 12 teams make the playoffs. We get down like 15-2, 15-4, something like that in the first couple minutes of the game. And then slowly come back. And then we had a chance. I think we were down like 10 with 2 minutes left. We cut it to 1 at one point. We were down 2 with the ball with 40 seconds left, but weren't able to do it. But I do just want to share maybe the coolest thing that I did last night. And it wasn't offensive because I was bad. I was offensive on the offensive end. I think I was 0 for 4 from 3. It wasn't good. But I didn't do the NBA bit yesterday. I was feeling a little under the weather. So, I knew I wasn't going to be 100%. So we decided we were just going to be scrappy. And in the last couple of minutes of the game, had a couple steals. I was getting pretty loud. I was yelling a lot. And then this is one of my favorite moments that happened was we were playing man. And this guy, I noticed early in the game, he just a little bit of a push off. He's got a little bit of a push off if you come up on him. Not an offensive foul. It's just like a natural thing, right? Puts his forearm up a little bit. And I was like, once he gets to half court, I'm going to blitz him. And I know he's going to put that arm up. And then we're just going to flop our ass off. And this is with a minute left. I think we're down 2 or 3. A minute left. We blitz him. The second he does it, it was timed so perfect where he just barely touches my 2-pack. Barely touches my chest. And I just was like a sniper was in the rafters. I'm not going to make that joke either. Just get smoked and then flew back. Offensive foul going the other way. That sometimes it pays to be 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like I got smoked. And even the other team was like, that was incredible. They weren't even mad about it. It was an A+ acting performance. We had a couple shots at it, a couple shots to win the game. It looked like, I thought we were going to get there. No dice. On to the next season, which starts next week, I think. So we have yet, thank you. We have yet to get out of the first round of the playoffs. We've made the playoffs, I think, 3 consecutive seasons. We have lost, I think, to the same team in the first round of the playoffs every single time, too. Brutal stuff. But it was good. And the good news, not that you guys need back updates, but the good news is we're moving around a little bit better. We're stiff today, but we're moving around a little bit better. Clearly, since I was diving, I was flopping, I was Manu Ginobili out there. All right, let's do tonight. Clippers and the Rockets. That's going to be the first game, tipping off at 8 p.m. Oh, I just noticed it's a late tip tonight. Rockets are 9.5-point favorites. I got to tell you, I don't know what to make of this Clippers team. I don't know what to do with it on the actually, let's I'm going to share underdogs the underdog shit instead, and we can look at rankings and stuff as we go through the game. I just think just so we can talk about it. So with the Clippers, right? Let's spell Clippers right. You've got so James Harden here is going pretty early, and his performances have been kind of all over the place, 51, 12, 53, 29, 60. And I was thinking a little bit more about this matchup with Houston. Houston, obviously, I don't think this game is going to play fast. They can defend the hell out of it, right? I'm assuming Amin Thompson gets the James Harden assignment. I think Harden's talented enough to, beat any matchup. from a fantasy perspective, I think he can beat any matchup. But I also could see this team punting. You know what I'm saying? Like if this gets into a slog and it gets hard and they get down by 12, I could see the Clippers just punting. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. You look at Kawhi Leonard, it's going a little bit later. He's probably the safest. Like he's going to play. We're seeing north of 30 minutes. I believe this Memphis-Minnesota game was a back-to-back, so he still played 32 minutes on the back-to-back. I think we can pencil in 34 or 35 minutes. I guess he gets Jabari Smith Jr. tonight, I think. So maybe Jabari's probably not the best matchup either. A better matchup than Amin Thompson? I don't know. I don't know. And then Zubats, who, congrats, dude. You get to deal with, Şengün and Steven Adams and whoever else they're going to throw at him. I imagine he's probably got the highest minute floor of the three of these fellas, but that ADP is 15 is kind of tough, man. I just don't love it. I don't love this game. And then on the Rocket side of stuff, Şengün, who's missed the last couple of games, he's back. He's back, and he was coming back from an illness, so he should be good to go, I think. And then you've got KD going at pick 10 or 11, Amen at 12 or 13, and then Jabari Smith Jr. at 25. And then I threw Reed Shepherd in the ranks. I don't know. I'm just trying to get a little different here in the 6th round. I think old Shep could be kind of fun. But I hate this game. Honestly, the first two games I don't really love. Yeah, Jalen should score big tonight. I think so. So the Celtics are... Look at where we are. The Celtics in December are 8.5-point favorites. 8.5-point favorites on the road tonight against them Milwaukee Bucks. Let's look at Boston here. So, household names: Ron Harper, Amari Williams, and Chris Boucher are all out. Other than that, relatively healthy. Also, speaking of all out, the Tatum stuff's getting out of control. I don't know if you guys have seen this Tatum stuff. We've got one-on-one footage. We've got one-on-one footage of him, doing. They're letting the media watch him do warm-ups now. I mean, his practices and stuff. It really does seem like Tatum's going to be back soon. I'm going to share two things with you. First, we'll get this one. This is Tatum getting some work in. You can see him over there. He was doing some one-on-one drills too. And it was important enough that I decided to get involved in meme culture here. There we go. There we go. At the beginning of it just says, when you see Jason Tatum doing one-on-one drills and know he's coming back soon. I don't know what to make of it, man. It still kind of feels crazy that he would come back. Boston Base says he's coming back on February 22nd for the Lakers game. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, will Tatum come? I imagine even whether he starts or comes off the bench, it's going to be 20 to 24 minutes would be my guess to get going. That would be my guess. But anyways, back to Boston. Jaylen Brown, obviously, great spot here. Not really concerned about anybody that they throw on him defensively. Should be fine. He's averaging 30 points a game this year. Flirting with first team All-NBA. He's been awesome. Derek White, you see going at pick 14. He's been finally shooting the ball a little bit better. He's been taking, I think over the last 3 games, he's taken 12 3-point attempts in all of them. Peyton Pritchard also. Peyton Pritchard, you can just pencil in 15 and 6 for his floor. But I like Peyton Pritchard as well. I wish he feels pretty expensive, but this slate is gross. One thing that I noticed here, Nehemias Queta against Toronto played 33 minutes, and I thought that, you look at the rest of them, 21, 21, 26, 33. I don't really know what to make of that against Toronto. Maybe that was just a good matchup to go big. I think about Milwaukee. I don't know what we're going to talk about Milwaukee in a second. I don't know what they're going to do when the Celtics go small, and if the Celtics feel like they have a pretty big advantage if they throw Walsh at the 5 or Minot at the 5, what that kind of does. I was starting the day getting kind of excited about going to Bobby Portis. I even wrote him up. I still kind of think I like Bobby here. These minutes probably are around 21 to 24, 25 tonight. But if the Celtics go small, as long as Doc Rivers isn't furious at Bobby, which is a big if, I feel like Bobby could just cook in this range. One thing about Kevin Porter Jr. For your fantasy needs tonight, he had some quotes yesterday about his back and how, respect Kevin, about how his the time off has actually been bad for his back, that it feels like he's gotten him out of a rhythm a little bit, and he's been dealing with back spasms. So he said he's going to be good to go. Don't love someone being My back spasms are bad right before you draft him in the second round. So I don't know, maybe push up Ryan Rollins a little bit, who's been pretty consistent outside of a couple of duds recently. And then, yeah, like, dude, Miles Turner's getting drafted every time. I would rather have Bobby Portis than Miles Turner, man. I'm out on Miles Turner. I'm done. I don't think I'm drafting Miles Turner ever again. Another question mark, too, for tonight. AJ Green has a Q-tag. He missed the last game. He's dealing with the shoulder. If he misses, it's probably a lot of Gary Trent Jr., a lot of Kyle Kuzma. One thing I wanted to say, too, dude, Jericho Sims is playing 30 minutes a game in the last 3 games. Now, he's not doing anything in those minutes. But in the year 2025 of our Lord, Jericho Sims is playing 30 minutes a game. That's the Milwaukee season in a nutshell. 30 minutes of Jericho Sims. Who? Is Miles available to trade in December or January? I'm not sure about the Miles trade deadline. Also, who's trading for Miles Turner right now? I don't know. Maybe people are. But he just signed like a decent-sized contract. I don't know. I'm all set. All right, let's go to Trailblazers and Pelicans. This is a little bit more exciting. The Pellies are 4.5-point dogs tonight at home against the Trailblazers, which honestly, I kind of feel like I want to bet the Pelicans money line. Is that crazy? All right, so the Pelicans are without DeJounte and Zion. Jordan #pool party for the first time in forever seems to be he's questionable tonight. Now, I don't think Poole is playable. I assume if he comes back, he's going to be on a minute restriction. The only way I would do that is if they were like, hey, Poole's healthy and he's going to play 30-plus minutes. I don't think that's happening. I do think, though, that's a slight downgrade to Fears and Jose Alvarado, who I actually like low-key kind of like. Herb Jones in his first game back played 26 minutes. I think that's a good sign. He had 17, 6, and 4 with 4 steals and a block in there. Can't really rely on that, but I do kind of like this as a Herb Jones / Trey Murphy spot because we know it's going to be a fast-paced environment in this Portland Trailblazers game. So I don't know. I kind of like it. Yeah, that's true, too. Jordan Poole just straight up might not play even if he's healthy, so that's a good point. And then Sadiq Bey will continue to project poorly and continue to be fine. So I think Sadiq Bey is fine. Derek Queen now, man, every time I trust the Derek Queen minutes, I get burned badly. But I am going to trust the Derek Queen minutes. In his last game, right, 33 minutes, 33 points, 10 boards, 10 dimes, 4 blocks. But his minute floor has been better. And like the last 3 games, Yves Missy has been back for these games. And he still played 30, 26, and 33. Missy, on the other hand, his minutes now 17 and 7 in the last 2 that he's come back. So, anyways, Murphy, I'm drafting all 4 of these guys. Fears, I'm a little bit lighter on. Excuse me. There might be recency bias, but yeah, it is. I got to readjust that. I got to draft Fears. I was kind of out on Fears, but I wanted more Jose than I wanted Fears. Yeah, developing Fears. Yeah, I was kind of out on Fears, and I was drafting Jose instead. I think that's a mistake. I think I got to reassess. Sacramento. Oh no, I'm sorry. I lost my spot. Portland. The stuff we got to deal with Portland here. So they are already without Klingon, Dame, Blake Wesley, Scoot, Drew Holiday, Matisse Thybulle. They also have Q tags for Time Lord and Yang Hassan. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if a Time Lord gets ruled out and Yang gets ruled in, you're going to be like, wow, we should play Yang Hassan, right? No, I don't think so. He played 19 minutes. I don't think you should do it. He's not ready. He's just not ready. I don't think you should do it. To me, I like Denny, Jeremy Grant, Shaden Sharp, Tamani Kamara. This is Jam Central. Kamara, you can't really trust him offensively, but if he's going to be out there for 35 minutes, yes. I think you could get weird if both of these guys get ruled out and be like, does Caleb Love see 26 minutes off the bench? I don't know. I don't think I'm getting there. I think I'm just going to be excited about these four. And then if you want a little 6-round Q tag, go for it. Last game of the night, Kings Revenge. So no Levine, no Sabonis, but Russell Westbrook is going for pick 10 right now. DeRozan pick 19. Keegan was battling a shoulder injury. Didn't think he was going to play in that game against the Pacers. Ended up playing 37 minutes, but didn't shoot the ball well. I'll still go back to Keegan, though. And then Malik Monk and Maxime Renaud in the 6th round are pretty fun. I'm really intrigued about Maxime Renaud tonight, but I'm a little bit nervous in that Jokic matchup that maybe Joker just kind of beats the piss out of him, you know? But I like these Kings. This spot makes sense. I didn't tell you the spread for this one. but it's the Nuggets are favored by 9.5. So the last two games, the Blazers, Pelicans, and Nuggets, Kings, both have 240.5 totals compared to the 222.5, 223.5. So it's clear we should be overloading those last two games that we went over. And then on the Nuggets side of stuff, it's weird. You would think with all of the missing minutes of Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown that we could find some other Denver guys to play, but I actually don't think we can. I think it's Jokic and Jamal Murray, which real quick on Jamal Murray. Can we just 24 points against Phoenix? All right, he had a bad game against Dallas. 52 6 and 4 against the Pacers. 23 12 and 5 against the Hawks. 34 5 and 3 against the Hornets. He should have no problem tonight against the Kings. So, obviously, Jokic and Jamal. Get Jamal to his first All-Star game, baby. We're so close. But, yeah, you would think, hey, we could get to Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson really, I wrote this up this morning. I feel like Cam Johnson has been playing better NBA basketball, but not better fantasy basketball. So, until we see a ceiling from him, I don't think I'm getting there too much. Peyton Watson, I think, is fine. He at least has stock upside, and he's going to be out there for 30-plus minutes, but I'm not getting to Timmy Hardaway, although honestly I'd prefer Tim Hardaway than Cam Johnson, if that's crazy. Jonas Valanciunas revenge night? I don't know. But there you go. That's the slate, baby. That's the slate for tonight. We are going to be back at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock for what's it called? 7 o'clock for 89 Cavs. Justin and Steve making their return. We'll have some 89 Cavs tonight for you on this channel. I mentioned at the top of the show, but just a reminder. So instead of doing live before lock like we normally do, because I'm going to be on the road and I don't want to do it tonight because it doesn't really make sense, I'm going to write up a Substack thing, which I just shared a link to today's post, but I will write up like a live before lock version of a Substack post, and then I'm going to start a live chat tomorrow during the normal time that live before lock would happen. So if you have any questions, you can go jump in there. Canadians men's basketball team players balling out. Shea, Brooks. Yeah, man. Brooks has been great. Last night, not so much because too much Shea. But yeah, shout out Canada. Oh, Canada. But that's going to do it. Do you think Ryan Nembhard is real too? I mean, I think they were so desperate for a point guard that was not named D'Angelo Russell, and the Brandon Williams. I do think it's real. I mean, I don't think. Did I almost knock my camera off? That was crazy. I don't think it's real in the sense that he's going to be your starting point guard on a good basketball, like a playoff team, like a real playoff, like a contender team. I think there's no reason he can't be a TJ McConnell type where he comes in, gives you your backup point guard minutes. That's my read on it. I don't know. Maybe people feel differently. It's probably too early to even judge because we've only gotten 2 weeks of this, right? But yeah, I mean, he looks legit. Are we getting massages at the blackjack tables? My back's been screwed up too. Yeah, no, I don't believe any of it. That feels like a scam. I'm not going to get a massage at the table. I was bummed. Overzet, our guy Peter Overzet was grinding out the World Poker Tour event at the Wynn this week, but he busted out late last night. I was hoping he was going to get through the day so we could see him tomorrow. Holy crap, didn't realize Bruce Brown pulled a Tony Snell. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. None of the Denver guys are getting there. It's just more Jokic and more Murray and just more Peyton Watson minutes, but nobody else is getting there. No one else is getting there. I'll have to go back and look because the Kings just beat the Nuggets 2 weeks ago, maybe. There we go. Got him. So I need to go back and look at that game, but the King, yeah, I kind of think Denver just beats them bad tonight. But anyways, that's going to do it for us today. Come back, hang out at 7 o'clock. No NBA bit tomorrow. Our next scheduled NBA bit will be Thursday. So a little bit of a hiatus. I'll have some other stuff pop off that you guys can go check out. And I'll keep you guys updated whether in the Discord or on social medias. But yeah, we'll still have some stuff. But it's honestly a quiet NBA week too. We'll have some games tomorrow, but then it's 2 games Saturday. I don't think, do they have any games on Sunday? I feel like they don't. No, they do. They have okay. They got a full slate on Sunday, games on Monday, no games. Oh, 1 game on Tuesday. So anyways, that's going to do it. There we go. I'll share that though, because it's fun. Good luck tonight in the slate. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Come hang out for the 89 Cavs. We out skis.